Hello everybody. In this video you will learn about governance and social economic change. We will explore why metropolitan innovators need to understand complex systems of governance. I will remind you what governance is, and I will highlight the importance of governance for the adequacy of solutions and the sustainability and the feasibility of projects in metropolitan solutions. I will also highlight that governance is intimately related to concepts of collaboration, participation, and democracy building. In doing so, I expect to highlight the connections between governance and social, economic, and environmental sustainability, and spatial justice. But what is governance exactly? I define governance as the architecture of interactions between three large sectors of society: the private sector and the public sector and civil society, and the civil society and the private sector. In liberal democracies, these large sectors are in positive tension. By positive tension, I mean that every large sector of society, governments, businesses, and citizens organized, keep the other sectors in check through various mechanisms of control, by formulating demands and by supporting or opposing ideas and initiatives. In this way, they establish systems of checks and balances and condition the actions of each other. A free press is important to ensure that actors have access to information and can therefore establish positions. Ideas like open government, in which the actions and the budgets of governments are easily found online, may help citizens, businesses, and governments themselves get better informed about public initiatives. Many governments promote citizen participation in city development. But the advent of social media has truly revolutionized how people get informed and participate in building the city. Understanding these interactions is important for us if we want to design processes in which different actors from the public and the private sector and from civil society participate in different capacities and have different roles in metropolitan innovation. Metropolitan solutions are complex and involve a multitude of stakeholders. Solutions should not stem from governments alone or from citizens or business in isolation. Solutions should be promoted and supported by a variety of actors across different sectors. This will not only increase their chance of success, but involvement of large coalitions of actors across different sectors is likely to deliver better and more realistic solutions to our challenges. While designing for change, we wish to involve different actors with access to different kinds of knowledge and with different perspectives on the problems at hand. Different kinds of knowledge and different perspectives will make our solutions more tailored to their real needs and wishes. But we need to be able to design the ways in which those stakeholders will influence and participate in a project. For instance, how can children influence projects in which they have a stake? Can you design specific forms of participation for them? In liberal democracies, the interactions among actors happen in a legal framework where the roles and capacities of actors are defined by rules, contracts, and regulations. This is called the rule of law. Planning rules are an example of such frameworks. Governance that happens within the rule of law in formal institutions and result in formal governance arrangements. But governance is also influenced by other factors like power, culture, informal rules, and traditional values. These are called informal institutions and therefore result in informal governance arrangements. As societies become more increasingly complex and democratic, governance becomes a central tool for designers to achieve socially, economically, and environmentally sustainable solutions that are supported by a large number of actors. In other words, governance is a very important tool to achieve sustainability. We often forget the social dimension of sustainability. That's why I use Larsen to emphasize that for sustainability to occur, it must occur simultaneously in each of its three crucial dimensions: social, economic, and environmental. The main goals of sustainable development are to create conditions for the full realization of human potentials through healthy, fair, and prosperous environments. In summary, metropolitan innovators must understand complex systems of governance. That will allow them to make better and more effective decisions and deliver better solutions. We need to know how to operate with the relationships in place in order to better achieve sustainable and feasible solutions. We must also be able to design new relationships and tools to articulate different actors. This is important in order to formulate, develop, and implement desirable spatial visions and guarantee political, economic, and institutional support and successful implementation.